Good morning, everyone. This is Recie Myers coming to you live from Richmond, Virginia.
And I'm Roland Myers, her wife. Still early in the morning.
Yes, her husband.
Her husband?
Anyway, it snowed like I don't know what yesterday. I thought it was just going to be a little dusting, but it was not a dusting. It was not a dusting at all. I'm going to just turn the camera just a little bit. I don't know if you can see outside, but just snow is everywhere. Oh my goodness. I think we had, how many inches do you think we had, Roland?
I don't know. It's quite a bit. It looks beautiful.
I'd say at least 10. Looks like maybe between 8 and 10 inches. Could it be? Well, I don't know. It's a lot. So we're kind of sitting tight this morning, staying inside, staying warm. And let's see who's joined us this morning. Good morning, Doris. Doris, glad that you could join us this morning. And then I see, good morning, Sipo. We can wave to you. And good morning, Coven. And
I'll write them down.
Okay, Roland's going. Good morning, Jay. Yeah, so this morning, I titled today's little talk, Wake Up, Be Aware, or Become Aware, something like that. I just love to find out what it takes for anyone to be successful. And so we know that success leaves clues. If there's someone who is where you want to be, you want to find out what it is they do that got them to that point. Now, we know faith is important in all of that. We know prayer, but we can't just... We have cats. So we closed the door and she wanted to come in. Anyway, so it takes more than just faith and prayer. It takes action. And so I was listening to Bob Proctor. I listened to him a little bit last week and over the weekend. And he was having an interview with Catalin. I forgot the guy's name, but I wanted to know what he had to say. And so he was talking about, the question was posed, what is it that stops most people from achieving their dreams? And the bottom line, he says, is awareness. We as human beings, we have faculties which makes us different to any other creature. We have intuition, we have memory, we have willpower, we have reasoning, we have imagination and perception. And he's focused a little bit on imagination. He says the human brain is just so powerful, especially imagination, that we can imagine into the future, project ourselves into the future and bring that future to our present and live in the future in our present, no matter what conditions that you find yourself around, and I thought that was, it's something to say it, but another thing to actually do it. Do you want to say anything? Okay. He says that most people, to be able to achieve what it is you want in life, you have to make a decision, and whatever you decide to do, dedicate your life to doing it. So, helping people is something that I gain a certain amount of pleasure, of feel fulfilled when I am able to help people. So I know that what I'm destined to do is something that helps other people, right? He says, what helped him, this is Bob Proctor, what helped him was having coaches and mentors that who achieved what he wanted to achieve, and they helped him to be able to achieve those goals early in life. Of course, we're older. It doesn't mean that you get older, you just, I'm too old. No, you never make those.
It's when you start.
Yeah, you start wherever you are. Good morning, Jay. Good morning to you. Doris, I think we said good morning to you. And Jay says, good morning, cousins, watching from the greater Chicago area. Yes, wave to you. Sipo, good morning. Elder Charles, good morning to you. We can wave. All right. And good morning, Janet. Good morning, Janet. Glad that you can join us this morning. So he was talking about what really gets people, humans, to go after their dreams and to achieve those dreams. And he says it's awareness. You know, when a baby is born, a baby's not really, they're only aware about their surroundings. They can't really differentiate males from females. And all that comes as they grow and learn. And a lot of times we allow our environment, we allow other people's, their ideas about us limit us. The mind is so powerful, and if we have ultimate control of our minds, we can achieve anything. And he says what drives us is desire. You know, the desire is what triggers, that is the mechanism that triggers the energy that's in us, because we are all energy, you know. And I don't know if you wanted to say something.
No, I was just thinking that, you know, so there's something more than just the profit motive. You know, desire is even greater than that.
Yeah, he said, what is it that he said? He said that some people get depressed. I mean, we're humans, we're emotional creatures. We have to master our emotions. He says, and I try to make a little image for it to help me. He says, doubt and worry leads to, the reason why people doubt and worry is because they're ignorant. Okay, and the opposite of ignorance is understanding or knowledge. So I want just to focus on this part. He says doubt and worry, it comes as a result of ignorance. And ignorance, if you don't do anything about that ignorance, we internalize that ignorance, we attach emotions to it, and then it creates fear. And then from that fear, uncontrolled fear leads to anxiety. And that's gone below. It's like inside the mind. Anxiety, you don't want to show it out front, but it's just below the surface. So that anxiety, you try to suppress it, and then it leads to depression. And then with the depression, then you have to seek medical. I mean, and yes, it's good to do that, because some people get so depressed, they're clinically depressed. But the body has to go through a natural process to turn around that depression. So he says the opposite of that is understanding. To get understanding, you need knowledge, right? So that knowledge leads to understanding, and that understanding leads to faith. And when you have faith, it's manifested in your well-being. And that well-being then is accelerated, because that's energy being built. And then when that energy is built, then you feel at ease with yourself, you know. And then when you're in that at ease mode, that's what leads to creation. That's when you can create. And that's the opposite. When you're depressed, you are not in that state where you can create anything. So to be able to elevate your mind to a point when you are in the future, bring that back, live in the present, but living your future in the present. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And it's easily said. It's more easily said than done.
It's a state of
so
mind.
It's something that you do every day that you have to practice. One question was put to Bob. They said, he says, we are all energy. Energy flows through us. You know, we can't harness energy. We have to release it. And the way to release it, you know, is to reprogram your mind. You know, you got to feed your mind. You can't just watch it. And we mentioned this before. You can't watch anything. He says he doesn't look at movies and things like that. He watches documentaries, and because that is feeding your mind. Maybe you're looking at something, evaluating, and you're looking at ways that you can energize yourself.
Listen to tapes.
Yes.
Things like that.
Yes, listening to tapes, and because sometimes you're not in a position where you can read all the time.
Right.
You know, if you're driving, you know, pop in that tape in the tape deck or whatever. You know, so what helps us to achieve our goals in life is education. You know, knowledge. Ignorance is the opposite of that. So we don't want to stay in an ignorant state, because ignorance leads to fear and worry and that kind of stuff.
Depression.
Yes, and we don't want to be in that state. And you know what? To get out of that mindset, you do have to, you know, get active. And see, now the weather has changed up there, and so I know I want to walk in it, but it's cold outside. Roland doesn't like to walk in the cold too much.
It's 29 degrees.
Yeah, it's below freezing. But that's what we've been learning and listening to, and so as I learn something, I like to share. So the main thing here too is that if you see someone who has achieved what you are trying to achieve, that is someone that you might want to study, you know, in addition to yourself, because we need to study ourselves. And I had written it down here. It says, when you study your own life and your mental faculties, you know, we have abilities. And, you know, some people, they maybe achieve a degree or whatever. Okay, I'm there. I've gotten what I want. I'm not reading another book. No, life is an ongoing process. And we have to constantly learn and educate ourselves. Feed it what's going to help you manifest the things that you want in your life. Let's see, did somebody else come on? Did I miss something? Yes, I'm sorry. Roland, did you want to say hello to those?
Yeah, Donna? No, I didn't get everybody's down.
Oh, okay. Dion?
Dion.
Good morning, Dion. Glad that you're here joining us this morning.
That's Johnny.
Johnny, good morning to you, Johnny.
Good morning, Johnny. Denise.
Good morning, Denise.
And where she's watching from.
Yeah. Tell us. And see, I always forget. Like Roland and I, we are here in Richmond, Virginia. It stopped snowing, but there's a lot of snow out there. Tell us where you're tuning in from. If you're having any snow, you know, wherever you're tuning in from, let us know. And if you've gleaned any value from what we've shared this morning, you know what we'd like you to do. Please share it out. Please share it out. And, there's some others who came on here.
Yeah. Is it Bigley?
Bigley. Good morning to you, Bigley. I heard that word before. Somebody uses that word a lot. Yeah. Oh, okay. I won't say. All right. We have to release energy. Never thought about that. That's right. We can't harness that energy inside of us because we are made of energy. We have to release it. And as we learn, we release it in terms of applying what we've learned. All right.
Recie.
Good morning, Recie. And I think seeing somebody else on here.
Shanika.
That's Shakina. Good morning, Shakina. Good morning. Glad that you can join us this morning. And thank you, Dion. Glad that you can join us. And Richmond as well. All right, great. All right.
We got some of this snow.
Yeah, so you must have snow too. I don't know if you have to go to work this morning, but even though it's cold, it's below freezing, 29 degrees, I do want to get out there, but just for a few minutes. Anyway, somewhere in the description, I do have a link, a 10-day trial for 10 days. Yes, 10 for $10. Yes, this is it's a library filled with anything that you wanted to learn about marketing, and all of the instructors, all of the trainers are 6, 7, and 8 figure earners who have already achieved their goals, and so they're willing to help others who want to do the same. So feel free to click on that link, get in that library, and let me know. Oh, and if you haven't friended me yet, be sure you do that too, because I certainly would love to connect. Anything else you want to say, Roland?
No, I just said it was a very powerful message.
Yes.
You know, I want to listen to some more.
Yes, Bob Proctor. I kind of just happened on him by accident, and I was listening, and I thought, well, a lot of what he learned on his own. because the mind is so powerful and it fascinates me. Well, we thank you for joining us this morning, and be sure to share this out and send me a friend request and click on the link, and we will see you again tomorrow. Good morning, Judy. Glad that you can join us this morning. Have a wonderful, powerful, and if you can't get outside, if you can't go to work, whatever, enjoy it. You know,
Be
it's
safe.
here. Enjoy it. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye-bye.